Hi, I'm Avery Davidson. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week. My partner Kristen will join us in just a moment. Well, the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration says the weather phenomenon known as El Nino is causing above average rainfall through the lower Mississippi River Valley. You can read that as Louisiana, which is why Louisiana farmers are so behind on planting. According to the USDA, about 81% of the state's corn would normally be in the ground. Right now, farmers are not even a quarter of the way done with planting. TWILA's Kristen takes us to Franklin Parish, where one corn farmer is playing a waiting game with Mother Nature.
The sun may be shining here in Wisner, but Keith Bringle is still waiting to plant the rest of his corn crop.
It's been very wet. We've had a tough time getting in the field. We were fortunate enough to be able to get in the field last Monday evening. Have corn starting to stick up right here today. Happen to have some well-drained fields, and we're able to get started and get about 380 acres put in last week before we got rained out again.
Bringle says he's usually finished planting corn by the end of March, but this year, too much rain left his fields soaked.
We've had so much I quit looking at the gauge. Probably anywhere around 6 to 8 inches in the last 2 weeks, way above average. Generally, March is typically a fairly dry month, usually. We usually don't have any trouble getting corn in the ground.
The window to plant corn is closing soon for farmers across the state. The LSU Ag Center recommends that corn be planted by April 1st to avoid yield loss and pollination problems that come with late-season corn crops.
After April 4th or so, a lot of people are going to be swapping to soybeans instead of going to drop the corn and swap soybeans just because of the yield loss. You can plant corn on up to about the 8th or 10th of April, I think, and get away with it, but after that, and it's according to what kind of summer you have. Whether you have a hot, dry summer, if temperatures get real hot during pollination, you miss a lot of pollination on your kernels, and so it just affects your yield all the way around, hot and dry, and lateness, throw the crop harvest back a little bit too.
With more farmers turning to beans because of the weather, Bringle plans to stick with corn for one major reason.
Price. Beans seem to be on the way down. Corn has a little potential to come up.
He says area farmers need this weather to stick around.
Good dry wind, sunshine, that's what we need right now.
In Franklin Parish, I'm Kristen Oakes for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
According to the U.S. Farm Report, planting problems across the country have the potential to cause a 75% spike in corn prices as more farmers switch their acres to soybeans this season.